It was supposed to be the perfect road trip. For friends, a beat-up old van, and miles of open road ahead of them. Mia, Ethan, Kara, and Jake had been planning this trip for months, an escape from the monotony of their daily lives. They had mapped out every stop, every quirky diner and roadside attraction along the way. But as the sun began to dip below the horizon on their third day, they found themselves lost. "What does the GPS say?" Ethan asked, his eyes glued to the winding road ahead. "It's acting weird," Kara replied from the passenger seat, tapping the screen of her phone. "It's like we're off the grid or something. There's no signal." "Perfect," Jake muttered from the back seat, his sarcasm clear. "Lost in the middle of nowhere." Mia, who had been quietly looking out the window, suddenly perked up. "Hey look, there's a sign up ahead." As they approached, the headlights illuminated a weathered wooden sign that read, "Welcome to Graystone. Population 612. "Well, at least there's a town," Ethan said, relief evident in his voice. "We can stop and ask for directions, maybe grab something to eat." The road led them into Graystone, a small, seemingly sleepy town nestled between dense woods. As they drove down the main street, the buildings looked old, their paint peeling and windows covered in a layer of dust. Despite the setting sun casting long shadows over the town, something felt off. There were no people outside, no cars, and no signs of life. "Where is everyone?" Mia asked, a shiver running down her spine. "Maybe it's just a quiet town," Kara suggested, though her voice lacked confidence. They pulled up in front of a diner, the neon sign flickering faintly. "Graystone Diner," it read. The group stepped out of the van, the air unusually still and cold for a summer evening. "Let's go inside," Ethan said, leading the way. The bell above the door jingled as they entered. Inside, the diner looked like it had been frozen in time. 1950s decor, checkered floors, and vinyl booths. A woman stood behind the counter, her back to them, wearing a pristine white apron. "Hello," Mia called out. The woman turned slowly, a wide, unnerving smile plastered across her face. "Well, hello there. What can I get for you folks?" We're just looking for directions," Ethan said, trying to ignore the strange feeling crawling up his spine. "We seem to be a bit lost." The woman's smile didn't waver. "Lost, are you? Well, you're in Graystone now. Why don't you sit down and have a bite? You got all the time in the world." Kara shot a glance at Mia, who was visibly uncomfortable. "Actually, we just need to know how to get back to the highway." The woman's smile faltered for a split second, but then it was back. "Highway? Oh, no need to worry about that. Why don't you stay for the night? We have a lovely little inn just down the road." Before any of them could respond, a man emerged from the kitchen. He was tall, lanky, with a waxy complexion and eyes that seemed too wide, too bright. "Visitors, huh? We don't get many of those." Jake, always the skeptic, stepped forward. "Yeah, I can see why. This place gives me the creeps." The man's smile stretched unnaturally across his face. "No need to be rude, friend. We're all neighbors here." Something was wrong. Every instinct in Mia's body screamed for her to leave. "We should go," she whispered to the group, backing toward the door. Ethan, sensing her fear, nodded. "Yeah, thanks, but we really need to get going." The woman behind the counter just watched them, her smile still fixed in place as they hurried out of the diner. Once outside, the friends quickly piled back into the van. "Okay, that was weird," Jake said, looking out the window at the darkened street. "What's wrong with this place?" Ethan turned the key in the ignition, but the van sputtered and refused to start. He tried again. Nothing. "You've got to be kidding me," Kara groaned. "I just had this thing checked out before we left," Ethan said, frustration creeping into his voice. He tried again, but the van remained dead.